40-year-old Erika Coet, a professor at the Vienna Music Conservatory, still lives with her mother and remains under her influence. If Erika dares to come home later than usual, her mother interrogates her and searches her purse. Mrs. Coet controls every aspect of her daughter's life, even refusing to let her wear bright clothes. This often leads to arguments and even physical fights. Whenever Erika loses control, she later feels guilty and spends a long time begging her mother's forgiveness. Their relationship is built on both love and hatred. Erika's mother insists that she take on more private students. That way, they could pay off the mortgage sooner and put more money into their savings account. Mrs. Coet does not want her daughter spending money on new dresses or makeup. The mother and daughter even sleep in the same room. Erika has no privacy whatsoever. Mrs. Coet demands that her daughter be flawless in everything she does, and Erika simply obeys. She is arrogant and cold toward her students. Despite her reputation as a strict and demanding teacher, every aspiring musician wants to study with her. At times, Erika even humiliates her students over the way they play. She seems to take pleasure in their failures. Everything changes when Erika meets a young musician named Walter Klummer. This charming, self-assured young man stands out from the other conservatory students. Although technically he has not even been admitted yet. During a private recital, Erika plays Bach while Walter listens in awe. Afterward, he approaches Erika and asks permission to kiss her hand. The young man also says how unfortunate it is that private recitals have become so rare. Erika finds his old-fashioned enthusiasm amusing, but at the same time she is impressed by Walter's remarkable knowledge of music. It is unusual for someone his age, as young people usually prefer rock and pop. While her mother makes polite small talk about art, Erika becomes engrossed in a conversation with Walter about music. It turns out that the young man also loves Schubert, the composer Erika holds in the highest regard. The woman mentions that her father died in a psychiatric hospital, so she is no stranger to discussing the twilight of the mind. Walter attends a technical university, but he is just as gifted when it comes to music, so he is also invited to play for the small gathering. Walter performs a Schubert piece in hopes of impressing Professor Coet. One day after class, Erika is approached by the mother of Anna, one of the conservatory's most talented students. Anna practices diligently for 8 hours a day, yet Erika has questioned whether she should perform in the concert celebrating the school's 50th anniversary. The girl's mother is worried after all the effort they have put in. Erika says that talent alone is not enough to become a soloist. Anna is deeply upset. Music is the only thing in her life. Erika advises the girl to work harder if she wants to succeed. Mrs. Coet constantly calls her daughter to make sure she is not doing anything inappropriate. All Erika does is give private lessons from morning till night, honing her students' musical skills. But during the brief moments when Erika manages to escape her domineering mother's supervision, she visits adult stores. She has never felt like a woman in her life. Her mother has always kept men away from her. All Erika has are her fantasies. To everyone around her, she is like the Snow Queen, unapproachable and icy. Nothing seems capable of touching her heart. She has worn this mask for so long that it has become part of her. Walter intends to enroll at the conservatory, but not on the usual terms. He is determined to study directly under Professor Coet. The young man believes they connected during their previous encounter, but Erika makes it clear that she has no intention of giving him special treatment just because of his charming smile. At his audition, Walter presents an extremely difficult program, completely confident in his abilities. The admissions panel is thrilled by his performance, everyone except Erika. She insists it is already too late to turn him into a professional, but the other professors unanimously overrule her, and Walter is admitted to Erika's class. At home, the woman allows herself small, secret acts of defiance to spite her mother. For Erika, this is a form of self-expression. The mother and daughter always eat dinner together, just as they do everything else. Mrs. Coet, however, notices even the slightest change in Erika's behavior. The 40-year-old woman has less freedom than most 10-year-olds. One day Erika runs into one of her students at a newsstand and catches the young man looking through obscene magazines. The next day during his lesson, he keeps making mistakes at the piano and is repeatedly criticized by his strict teacher. At one point the young man awkwardly apologizes for what happened at the newsstand. Erika responds by accusing him of indecent behavior and demanding that he bring his mother to the next lesson. Later that same day, Walter knocks on the door of Erika's music room. She bluntly tells him that she voted against him at the audition because she believes he is interested not in music itself, but only in success. Walter asks her to give him a chance and admits that he enrolled at the conservatory solely because of her. He had never planned to apply, but after hearing Erika's magnificent performance at the recital, he simply could not get her out of his head. Walter senses that Erika is not as indifferent to him as she tries to appear. Irritated, the woman merely tells him to stop wasting time and begin the lesson. Whenever Erika sees young men and women out on the street, she thinks about the youth she missed. Because of her mother's total control, Erika never got to experience all the joys of being young. If she stays out late and fails to return home on time, her mother immediately starts calling the conservatory. This time Erika breaks every rule in their household. It is already very late, but she is in no hurry to go home. Instead, the woman spies on a young couple who have found a secluded spot in a parked car. When her presence is discovered, she hurries away. Meanwhile, Mrs. Coet goes through her daughter's wardrobe and throws away everything she considers too provocative. The moment Erika appears at the door, her mother slaps her. Today is the anniversary of Erika's father's death, so the mother and daughter were supposed to spend the evening together and honor his memory. During a rehearsal for the school's 50th anniversary concert, Anna is visibly nervous on stage. The girl even becomes hysterical. Walter encourages Anna and helps her cope with her stage fright. Out of jealousy, Erika hesitates briefly before slipping broken glass into the pocket of Anna's coat. After the rehearsal, Anna badly cuts her hand, just as Erika intended. A crowd of students and teachers gathers around her. Erika pretends to be concerned and asks someone to call a doctor for the injured girl. Realizing what has happened, Walter follows Erika into the bathroom and kisses her without a word. At one point the woman pulls herself together and tries to stop him. But the truth is that she does not want to stop either. Erika is still fighting with herself. She says she will put all her desires in writing and give Walter a list so he can read it. Walter is baffled. Why can they not simply date like normal people? But Erika insists on having it her way, threatening that they will never see each other again if he refuses to follow her rules. Walter is willing to agree to anything as long as she does not stop. Erika has no experience with men, so she does not know how to behave. This throws Walter off. Anna's hand will take at least 2 months to heal, and there is no guarantee she will ever be able to continue playing music. The girl's mother is devastated. She sacrificed everything so that her daughter, who is hardly beautiful to begin with, could make something of herself through music, but now it may all have been for nothing. The police have been unable to determine who slipped the broken glass into Anna's pocket. Anna's mother is convinced it was a jealous student. Erika will take Anna's place at the concert so the performance can go ahead. Meanwhile, Erika and Walter continue their lessons. The woman constantly finds fault with his playing. When he is around her, Walter cannot think about anything else. The young man asks when they will see each other. Erika says she cannot meet him that weekend because she has to spend time with her mother. Walter cannot understand how Erika can sacrifice love for a weekend with her mother. She has so much lost time to make up for. His words make Erika angry. She tells Walter that she has no feelings for him and that even if she ever does, reason will prevail. The young man knows she is lying. No matter how hard Walter tries, he cannot focus on the rehearsal. That evening when Erika heads home, the young man decides to follow her. He has not read her list yet, he just wants them to give in to their feelings without thinking about anything else. Erika drives him crazy and runs away every time. The woman is not having it. She orders Walter to leave immediately if he truly cares about her. But Walter follows her into the apartment anyway. Mrs. Coet is so stunned that she cannot find the words at first. She clearly was not expecting visitors. Erika takes Walter to her room. Furious, Mrs. Coet tries to come inside. They have to barricade the door. Before anything happens between them, Erika insists that he finally read the list. It is extremely important to her. Walter gives in, and takes out the letter, while Mrs. Coet listens from the other side of the door. As Walter reads Erika's bizarre demands, he initially thinks it must be some kind of joke. She truly seems to have no understanding of relationships between men and women. They are interrupted by persistent knocking at the bedroom door. Mrs. Coet demands that they let her in. Erika gives Walter time to decide whether he is willing to accept her terms. The young man remains silent, unsure what to say. Erika explains that she has waited many years to find someone who will fulfill all her desires. Finally regaining his composure, Walter tells her that she is sick and needs psychiatric help. He swears that he loved her, but after she opened up to him, he feels nothing but deep disgust. The young man says that no one would touch someone like Erika even with gloves on. He does not want to get his hands dirty and leaves. That night, Mrs. Coet tells her daughter that she has completely lost all sense of shame. According to her mother, Erika has lost her mind and jeopardized everything they have worked toward their entire lives. Mrs. Coet cannot allow that. But Erika only wants love and all the things she has never had. The next day the woman finds Walter at hockey practice. She apologizes for the letter, believing her only mistake was springing everything on him so abruptly. Erika also confesses her love and promises never to put anything he does not want in writing again. Walter is willing to give her another chance. But once again nothing works out because Erika becomes nauseated. Walter is disgusted by her and decides to end their relationship again. Nevertheless, he appears on her doorstep later that same evening. Walter is furious that he cannot get Erika out of his head. He has had enough. Mrs. Coet tries to make the young man leave, but he locks the woman in a room, which incidentally is one of the items on Erika's deranged list. Walter wants to show Erika that in real life, none of it looks the way it does in her fantasies. She romanticized her desires, convinced that everything would be just like in the countless videos she had watched. The illusions Erika has lived with for so long collapse in an instant. Before leaving for good, Walter tells her that the wounds of love are not fatal. The next day Erika puts a knife in her purse. The mother and daughter are going to the concert, where Erika is supposed to fill in for Anna. Walter acts as though nothing ever happened between them. Left alone in the lobby, she takes the knife out of her purse and stabs herself in the shoulder. The woman then walks steadily out of the building.